Good afternoon, all. So we're waiting 2 minutes and then we get started in 2 minutes. So giving persons another 2 minutes to join and then we get started. Okay, Josiah, bye-bye. Okay. Good afternoon, good evening to you all, my darlings. How are you doing? Welcome back to another session here with us at Mathematics Resource Center. Last week was holiday, so I didn't get to see you, any of you, but we're here this week. You now have the opportunity to unmute your mic and say good evening, good afternoon to me. All right?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Good evening.
All right, so everyone can unmute their mic and say hello, say good evening. How was the
Hello,
holiday
Miss
break?
Afternoon.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Evening, my darlings. Okay, so we're continuing with our ability test today. Hello, Dennis. How are you, Dennis?
Fine, thank you.
Aww. All right, so you can share with your classmates for persons who might not know that we're having class today. You can share with your classmates so that they can join for your friends who did not get the link. So go ahead and share the link so that they can join. And we still have a lot of space left for them to join, approximately 61 slots. All right, so 60 slots now. So you can share with your friends. Good evening, darling.
Good evening, Miss Hunter. I'm a new student here.
Bam, bam, bam,
Oh.
bam, bam.
All right, good evening there.
I saw it advertising, so I decided to join because I'm not so good in maths.
Okay, which grade are you in?
I'm in grade 6,
Ah, which school?
John Robin Primary
Ah, and where is that located?
in Kingston.
Oh, nice. All right. So nice. All right, so let's add you. All right, so we're gonna get started in a minute. So I'm gonna go ahead and share the task that we're doing now. We're gonna be today. Okay. All right. So as you know, each time I post a question, you're expected to write the question. You have, for this question, you have a minute and a half to write and a minute to think about your answer. So that's 2.5 minutes. All right. If you want to answer a question, you ought to raise your hand. All right. So when you raise your hand, then I'll be selecting from the persons who raise their hand to answer a question. So say, for instance, I'm about to ask someone to read or to answer a question. I presently have two participants. So that's Lelise and Jamelia. All right. So I would continue to call on these two persons unless I get other persons to raise their hands. All right. So if you don't raise your hand, you don't get the opportunity to participate. All right. So when you raise your hand, even if you don't get to answer this question, keep your hands up. All right, and I'll pass the question and the next question on to you. All right, so you raise your hand if you want to participate. If you're not so comfortable participating now, don't worry. You can keep your hand down. And when you feel more comfortable interacting with Miss Hunter and your other classmates, then you can raise your hand. Hello, Josiah. Josiah, I'm always so happy to see Josiah because he's always active, always writing. I am so happy to see you, Josiah. Hello, Kasian. All right, so see Kasian writing. That's what I expect from you, my darlings. All right, so let's get started with writing our question down. You have 2 minutes to go, 1 more minute to write, and 1 minute to think about your answer. All right, and if you want to respond, so Jamil Mir, if I don't pronounce your name correctly, please correct me when I give you the opportunity to unmute, okay? So she's finished writing. Good. Isabel is sending in an answer as well. Nice. All right, so if you do not feel comfortable raising your hand and keep participating verbally, then you can also send your responses in the chat. All right? All right, so Lalise. And Jamelia, you're going to be the first person that I'm starting with. I will tell you when to go and what to do when I'm ready. So everyone else, you have 2 minutes to go.
Miss, do you want my correct name, Miss?
Oh yeah, go ahead and tell me.
Mrs. Jollymore.
Oh, Jollymore. All right, Jollymore. All right. Thank you, my darling. All right, so Lelise, you're going to be my reader. Jalimore, you're going to be the one giving me the answer. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take Lelise, you're going to be reading first, and then Jalimore is going to give me the answer. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, Lelise, read for me, darling.
Conroy is 72 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He is 3 times his daughter's age. His daughter is 3 years younger than Nia. How old is Nia?
Awesome. Wonderful reading, Lelise. Well done. All right, go for me now, Jalimore.
So, Miss, how I get my answer is if Conroy is 72 years old and he's three
Hold on.
times older
Hold on,
than his,
Jalimore. Let me highlight what you're saying. So you're saying Conroy is 72.
yes, Miss, and he's 3 times older than his daughter,
3 times older.
then I would divide 3 by 72
Oh,
to
divide
get,
72 by 3.
yes, Miss, to get his daughter age.
And to help me out with the division, what did you do to divide 72 by 3? Did you do it this way?
Yes, Miss.
All right, so how did you do it? Tell me what you said.
No, Miss, I did it the other way, Miss.
You did it the other way. You did it the long division method.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, so you put the 72 here and the
Yes,
3
Miss.
here.
Yes, Miss.
And tell me what you did.
So, Miss, 3 into 2 can't.
3 into 7. So we start with our 7 first.
Miss, 3 into 7 is 2 times.
2 times. Good. How much remainder?
1.
Good. So I'm gonna put the 1 right here. So I'm setting it up like long division, but I'm doing it the short way just the same. All right. So put the 1 there.
And then 3 into 12 equals 4.
And 3 into 12 equals 4. Awesome.
So his daughter age is 24. And then it says his daughter is 3 years younger than Nia. So you're going to take away 3 from 24.
Go again.
You're going to take away 3 from 24.
Are you sure? So think about it now. His daughter is 3 years younger than Nina. 3 years younger than Nina. Not Nina, Nia. So you're 24.
Yes, Miss.
And you're 3 years younger than I am. Who is older, you or me? So you're 24.
Yes,
and you're 3 years younger than I am. Does that mean that I am younger than you or older than you?
Yes, you are older.
All right. So if you're 24 and you're 3 years younger than I am, how old am I?
21.
Think about it again. Remember you told me that I would be older, no? So remember now you're 24 and you're 3 years younger than I am. In other words, if you're 3 years younger than I am, that means that I am 3 years older than you. You see that?
Yes, Miss.
No, I don't think you see that, man. I don't get that convicted answer. So let's go again now, Jalimore. Jalimore, you're 24, right?
Yes, Miss.
And presently, I am your bigger sister, and you're 24, and that you're 3 years younger than I am. So the fact that you're younger than I am, that means that I am older, right?
Yes, Miss.
All right. So if you're 3 years younger, how old am I?
Miss, you would be 27.
27. Awesome. There you go, Jalimore. Did I pronounce your name correctly now?
Yes, Miss.
Awesome. So Nia is 27 years old. All right. Thank you, my darling. Well done. All right. And thank you for being persistent. All right. And resilient. All right. All right. So I got some answers from persons in the chat. So let's see. Give me those answers first. All right, so Isabel said 27. Well done, Isabel. All right. Khalil says 27. Awesome. All right. So Lily says 27, and Lily showed her working out. Well done, Lily, and thank you for reading, Lily. Beautiful reading. All right. And Casey said 27. Nia says, well, Nia is 27. Oh, that's for Lily again. And Latusha says 27. Talisa says 27. All right, so those were the answers that came in before Jalimore gave me his response. All right, so I'll be looking at the answers that came in before the person actually answered the question. And well done to you, Jalimore. Well done to everyone who gave the answer for that question. And thank you again, Lalise, for reading so beautiful. All right, so let's go to the next question. All right, so take your rulers, see if you can draw your patterns, right? And for the circle, if you do not have something to make the circle, use a coin, a $20 coin or something to make those circles. All right. Awesome. Seeing some answers in the chat. Yes, so some persons are saying, all right. I won't say what they're saying as yet. Ah, yes, Gianna. I like what Gianna is thinking. Awesome. Yes, Gianna, I think exactly the same thing, Gianna. Well done. So I'll tell you what Gianna says in a few. All right, so presently, my co-host, the persons who will be answering questions now is Khalil
Khalil, miss.
and Khalil, did I pronounce your name correctly, darling?
No, miss, it's Khalil.
Khalil. Okay, darling. Thank you. Khalil and Dejari. Dejari, tell me if I pronounce your name correctly. Dejari.
No, miss.
How is it pronounced, Derry?
DJ.
Oh, Dejari. Oh, I'm so far from it. Okay, so it's Khalil. Khalil. Did I get that correct now, Khalil?
Yes, miss.
And Dejari. All right. So Dejari, you're going to read for me, darling. And Khalil, you're going to tell me the answer.
Which of the following is different?
All right, thank you, Dejan Ray. And Khalil, which is different?
I think it's C.
You think it's C. Why do you think it's C?
Because all the other ones have shapes on the right side, the right bottom half of them, while C has its shape in the middle.
Okay, all right. So I agree with you that it's C. All right, and let's look at what the other person. So well done. Yes. Yes,
Miss,
Desiree?
I agree with him. I agree.
Agree with him?
Yes,
Awesome.
Miss.
Do you want to add anything to what he said?
Yes, Miss. Miss, I also said C because C has a shape like outside, but all the others has a shape outside, but but C has one inside.
Okay, awesome. All right, good, good. Nice thinking. All right, so let's look at what other person said. So I have the first person saying C, Isabel. Sushike said C. Gianna says C. Talisa says C. And Letitia said C as well. And Daniel, okay, so Daniel think it was D. All right, so let's look. J Radway said C. Casey said C. Gianna said because all of them has a shape outside and C has a shape inside. All right, so that's what Gianna said. And Denny said C. Joshua said C. Natalia Nelia says C. All of them are shapes that are joined except C. Okay. So Nelia says all of them are shapes that are joined except C. So that's another way to look at it. I like that interpretation as well, Nelia. Good. And Carlington says C. Candice, okay, Candice had a different opinion. All right, Teresian says C. Isabel said Miss. Each are at the end, but only C has a shape in the middle. Good. All right. All right. So Carlene's son says it is C because it has a circle in the middle of it. Okay, good. All right. Sister Carlene, could you rename so I can call your son by his name? All right. Miss C. All right, so Lenva said C. Awesome. So majority of persons said C. All right. All right. So majority of the responses says C. And you know I read the responses that came in before the person gave the answer. So the answer is definitely C. And there's nothing that I would add to anything that you all have said. You said it well. All right. So C it is. Good job. So we're gonna go to the next question. A minute and a half to write and 1 minute to think about your answer, and then we're going to go through. All right. So I think I have more than one question too. So this should have been question 3. This should be question 3. So I think I got the numbering a bit off. So this should be question 3. Oh, 3. So thank you, Jollymore. Hope I got it correct. Not Jollymore. It was, oh, sorry. Thank you, Khalil. And thank you, Dejari. Oh, I hope I got your name correct. All right, thank you.
DJ.
Dejari. All right. See, I did get it. All right, thank you both. Well done.
No problem.
All right. So Gianna, gonna go with Gianna now. And remember to participate. I just need you to raise your hand, and then I'll look for the persons who raise their hand and give you the opportunity to participate. All right. I'm gonna go with Gianna, and I'm gonna go with Isabel. All right. So Isabel, you're going to read for me. Gianna, you're going to give me your answer first, and then after that, I will let Isabel give me her response after. All right, so Isabel, read, Gianna, answer, and then after Gianna gave me her answer, I'll take an answer from you as well, Isabel.
Okay, Miss.
Okay, my dear.
On each plant in a garden,
Hold on,
there
not yet,
are.
honey, not yet. So still giving them 30 seconds. All right, so I'll tell you when to read. Okay, my darling?
Okay.
Okay, dearie.
Excuse me, miss, can I work out the question?
Of course. Go ahead and work your question out, my darling. Yes, Denise. Yes, yes, that is it, Denise. To the question that you asked, yes is the answer. Well done, Daniela. Yes, Lilise, that is correct. Whatever you stated regarding half a dozen, yes, that is correct. All right, so I just want to welcome the persons joining on YouTube. I am going to check on YouTube now to see if persons have sent questions or answers. So if you have an answer to a question, you can just send it there. All right. So yes, I have persons here watching. So I just want to welcome so welcome to everyone who is joining here. Joining on on YouTube. Happy to have you all. All right. So you can participate by going over to the live chat when I post questions. So this question, you can send your answer there and I'll see them and I'll tell you if your answers are correct. All right. All right. So I'm going to go in. Who is my reader again?
Me, miss.
Isabel, right?
Yes, miss.
Okay. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead for me, Isabel.
On each plant in a garden, there are 8 leaves and half a dozen flowers. There is a total of 98 flowers and leaves. How many plants are there in the garden?
All right. How many plants are there in the valley? In the garden. All right. Good. All right. So now over to you now, my darling. Hold on. Let me get the name. Gianna. You ready with your answer, Gianna?
Not as it, miss.
Not as yet, right? So let me ask, Isabel, what about you with your answer?
Miss, I wasn't finished working it out.
All right, now finishes it. All right, so I'm gonna add Daniela. All right, so Daniela, would you like to tell me your answer?
Miss, my answer is 7 plants.
All right, how did you get 7 plants, Daniela?
Miss, the first thing I did was I added the 8 leaves and the half a dozen plant flowers.
Right, hold on now. Hold on now. So you said 8 leaves. So 8 leaves.
8 leaves and half a dozen flowers, which is 6 flowers. And I added that.
Awesome. So that's 8 plus 6.
Yes, Miss, and I got 14.
Which gives 14.
Then I used the 14 to divide the 98 and I got 7.
And you said 98 divide by 14, and that gives you 7. Well done. Super. All right, so there goes the solution again. So go through, read the question for me, Daniela, and go to your solution one more time. All right. Daniela?
Yes, Miss.
Read the question for me from start.
Question 3. On each plant in a garden, there are 8 leaves and half a dozen flowers. There is a total of 98 flowers and leaves. How many plants are there in the garden?
All right, and walk us through your solution again, Derry.
Miss,
And
the
what you
first thing I did
get
was
your answer?
I added the 8 leaves and the half a dozen flowers, which is 6 flowers. I got 14. Then I divided it. Then I used it to divide the 98, and I got 7 flowers. So my answer is 7 plants, not flowers.
Awesome. All right. So there goes our garden, and each plant in the garden have 8 leaves and half dozen flowers. So I know that some of my students struggle with the half dozen because I could see you asking, Miss, is half dozen 6? Or Miss, how much is half dozen? So remember now that a dozen is 12, and half of a dozen would be 6. All right. So the half dozen. So on each plant, we know we're gonna have 8 leaves and half dozen flowers. So in total, as Daniela says, that is 13. So if when you count up all those flowers and leaves, say for instance, you send your little brother to count all the flowers and leaves in the garden, and your little brother came back and said to you, okay, in total, we have 98 flowers and leaves. Now flowers alone or leaves alone, but 98 flowers and leaves. All right. And you want to figure out how many plants there are in the garden. You divide the 98 by 14, as Daniela said. Well said, Daniela. There's nothing that Miss Hunter added or take away. You did it really, really well. All right. Well, beautiful reading, Isabel. All right. And thank you also, Gianna. All right. Before we go, I'm gonna allow everyone to unmute. No, I'm not gonna allow everyone to unmute. Danielle, Gianna, and Isabel, you're gonna remain, and I'm gonna ask the question, and then you can answer on behalf of the class. So before you answer, I want everyone to write down score, SCORE, in your book. So you're gonna be writing down score. You're gonna be writing down century. So score, century, decade, dozen. What's the other one now that we normally have?
Miss,
Ross.
Miss, what was the other word before decade?
So the first one is score. The second one is century. I'm not giving you them in order. I'm just giving you them as I remember. So these are words that I know. I want you to know the numerical value for. So it's score, century, decade, gross, dozen. I think 5. I can't remember anymore off the top of my head. Yes, Elise. Yes, you are correct, Lelise. So Lelise says score is 20. All right, well done, Lelise. and I don't quite remember if I gave you gross, right? So let's go with score first. So score, at least gave us score. So besides score, everyone should have 20. All right. Michaela gave me the answer for dozen. Michaela said dozen is 12. Well done, Michaela. So dozen is 12. All right. So well done, Michaela. Well done, Michaela.
Miss Century is 100.
Yes, century is 100. Good job.
Miss Decade is 10.
And
Yes.
decade is 10. Well done. 10 years. And gross, Nelia gave me gross. All right, so Nelia gave me them all. So Nelia says centuries 20. No, scores 20, centuries 100, decade 10, dozen 12, and gross 144. Well done, Nelia. All right, so we need to know those. All right, so if the person said half score, we know it's, what is half score? What is half of a score?
10.
Okay, what is quarter of a dozen?
Miss, quarter of a dozen would be 3, Miss.
Okay. All right. So the person, if the person use any of those terms and they use a fraction part, we know that if it's a quarter, we divide by 4. If it's a half, we divide by. If it's a half, we divide by
2, Miss.
2. And what is 1/3 of a dozen?
Miss, 4.
And what did you divide by to get that?
Miss, I divided it by 3.
Divide by 3. All right. And what is half of a gross?
Miss, 72.
Oh, and see someone send me another one. Not 62, but 72.
72.
Yes, 72. So the next one is millennium, which is 1000. All right, so that's Nelia. Nelia is a smart one, man. All right, I have really, really smart children here. All right, well done, Nelia. All right, thank you, my darling, and thank you. Thank you, Isabel. Thank you, Gianna, and thank you, Daniela. You did really well. All right, so we're gonna go to our next question now. And this should be question 4. All right, so for the persons joining on YouTube, remember that you can go in the chat, right, and go over the chat section, and you can answer the question. You can send your responses, and I'll see what your responses are, and I will definitely tell you if they are correct or not. All right, so we are on to question 4. A minute to write. This is a short one. So a minute to write and a minute to answer. Remember, if you want to participate, you ought to raise your hand, and I will see the hands that are raised, and I will select persons who haven't responded as yet to respond. Okay, so Josiah and Maya. I don't know if I'm pronouncing name, I doubt it, correctly. But when you come on, you tell me the correct spelling, the correct pronunciation of your name, Taylor. Go on there. Taylor? Taylor is your last name? What is
Yes,
your
ma'am.
first name, darling?
Maya Page.
Go again.
Maya Page.
Okay, Maya Page. All right, good. So Maya, you're gonna read for me, and Josiah, you're going to give me the answer. Maya, I'll tell you when to start reading, my dear. I'm giving them everyone 30 seconds to go. So I'll tell you when to start reading, my darling. Okay? Welcome to all the persons joining on YouTube. If you would like to participate, go ahead and send your response in the chat, and I'll see your responses and tell you whether the question that you're responding to, if it is correct or not. All right. All right. So I'm seeing some really nice answers coming in. All right. So Maya Page, I'm going to count you down now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and read for me, Maya Page. Maya Page.
Excuse me, Miss, when Maya Page finished reading, can I answer?
Okay, so that is Josiah.
No, Miss Gianna.
Oh, no, Gianna. Gianna, your time is up, man. All right, so it is Josiah time to answer after Maya Page finish reading. All right, Gianna. So if you have an answer, Gianna, you type it in the chat. All right. But I'll let you stay with permission to speak for now. And then if Josiah, I'll let you answer after Josiah, and then I come back to Maya Page. All right, so, Gianna?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah. Yes, so I'll let you answer. So Josiah is gonna answer first, and then after Josiah answer, then I'll take your answer, okay?
Okay, Miss.
All right, my darling. Go ahead for me now, Maya Page.
A number was multiplied by 12. The result was doubled and the final answer was 144. What is the number?
Awesome. Well done. Nice reading. Beautiful. All right. Now over to you, Josiah. Right. So Gianna, I think you're gonna take over. Maybe Josiah is a little bit behind with his
Miss, can you take
calculation.
my answer too?
So go for me just Gianna, and then I'll take your answer after that, Isabel. Go for me, Gianna.
Miss, the answer is 12.
The answer is 12. How did you get 12?
Miss, because it says a number was multiplied by 12. The result was doubled. So the final answer was 144. What is the number? So, Miss, I multiplied 12 two times and I got 144.
Okay, so they say a number was multiplied by 12. So we're gonna multiply 12 by 12. And what do you get?
144.
But then there was another part to it, Gianna. They say the result was doubled. So the result that we get, we're going to double it. And our answer is supposed to be 144. When we double 144, what do we get?
Miss, 288.
88. So is 12 our number? Is 12 the number that we're looking for?
Yes.
No. All right. So let's see what Isabel says. Well, thank you, Gianna. Think about it, Gianna. Work it out again, Derry, and I'll come back to you. Let's see what Isabel says. Isabel?
Yes, Miss. I got 6 because, Miss, if you multiply 12 by 6, it gives you 72, Miss. And when 72 is doubled, it gives you 144.
Okay, so you got 6, and it gives you 72. And when you multiply 72 by 2, you get 144. There we go now. All right, well done. All right, so thank you, Maya Page, for reading beautifully. And thank you, Gianna, for your participation. And thank you, Isabel, for the solution. All right, so well done to you all. Okay, so we're gonna go with the next question. All right, let me look what's happened in the chat. All right, so I got some responses. Oh, Michaela says 12n times 2 divided by 2. Okay, don't quite get that one. All right, Brigsby said 72 is half of 144. And because it is double, that's why I think 72 is the answer. All right, Brigsby, you were almost there, Brigsby. All right, so you just needed to divide that 72 by 12 now. All right. All right, so let's see the other reason. Mr. Answer would be 6 because 6 times 12 is 72. When doubled, it is 144. Right. And that's Jallymore. Oh, I don't know if I get your name correctly, but Jallymore. Yes, think so. All right. So yes, I see some really nice explanation in the chat. All right. So for this question, you have a minute to write. Technically, you have half a minute because I've been talking. All right. So you have half a minute to write, and you have a minute to think about your answer. And this is not question 4. So this is question 5. I'm going to be taking Floyd, and I'm going to be taking Dennis. All right, so Floyd and Dennis.
Yes, miss.
All right, so Floyd, you're going to read for me, and Dennis, you're going to give me your answer. Floyd, you can read in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and read for me, Floyd.
In 6 years, Shebin will be 24 years old. In which year was he born?
Okay, call the name for me again, honey.
Floyd.
No, not your name, the name of the person. Okay, so thank you for your name, but the name of the person here.
David?
Ah, no. So this one is pronounced Sian. Sian? So it looks away, but it's Sian. All right, so read for me again. You did everything else perfectly. Perfect, perfect. So just read it for me one more time.
In 6 years, Sia will be 24 years old. In which year was she born?
Was he born? All right, good. All right, so thank you, Floyd. Good reading. All right, so now I'm going to go to Denise. Denise, give me your answer there.
Miss, I'm almost finished with it.
Okay. Kalisha, which year are we in now, Kalisha? Think about that, Kalisha. All right, so Brixby say S-E-A-N is actually pronounced Sean. All right, but okay, so I thought it was Sian, but Brixby say it is actually pronounced Sean. All right, so thank you for that pronunciation, Brixby. All right, so it is Sean and not Sian as I Sian. Okay, I thought it was Sian. Okay, so it's Sean. All right, thank you, Brixby. All right, so I'm looking at answers. Yes, Brixby would be going from 2021. All right. Otavia, yes, Otavia, you're correct. So I'm looking at some responses here. Otavia, you're correct. Well done, dear. Yes, so Otavia said, Miss, it is, she gave the year. And she says, I'm not sure if it's correct. Yes, you're correct, Otavia. You ready with your answer, Dennis?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, go ahead and tell me what your answer is.
1994.
1994. Tell me where you got 1994. Tell me what you did.
Because if is
Yes, so the question on screen, you're using the actual year that we're in to answer this question. So you're using the actual year that we're in to answer this question. All right, so we're in 2021. I'm expecting you to use this year to answer that question. All right. Yes, Dennis, when you're ready, you want some more time? Dennis?
Miss, you'll be 18 in, if he's 18 right now, in 6 years later he's gonna be 24.
All right, so no, he is 18. Good. That's a good point to start. So no, he is 18. So that's a good place to start. All right, and no is which year? Which year are we in now?
2021.
All right, so in this year, 2021, he is 18. Good. Where do you go from there now? So which year was he born?
He was born. It's 2000.
2000. What did you do to get your answer to be 2000?
Go back 18 years.
So if you're going to go back 18 years, what operation are you performing? Addition, subtraction?
Subtraction.
Okay, so I'm going to do 21 minus 18. And let's see what happens. 8 from 1?
8 from 1, 7.
Is it?
No, 8 from 1.
Can I take 18 from 1?
No, miss.
So what do I need to do?
Take from the others.
All right, so I come over to the 2 and I take a set of 10 and I add that set of 10 to this one here, and that's now 11. So 8 from 11.
Three.
Awesome. And 1 from 1.
0.
And what goes in front?
0.
And
2.
so what year was he born?
2003.
2003. Well done, Dennis. So Dennis, you knew the ingredients that was supposed to be added. All right, you just needed to know how to mix them together. All right, Dennis. So well done, Dennis. All right. Miss Hunter didn't do this. You did most of the work. I just guided you. All right. So you did a really good job. Okay, Dennis?
Okay, miss.
Yes, and you were bold and persistent and resilient. All right. So even though you weren't getting it exactly, you kept on going, which is really, really good. All right, Dennis?
Yes, miss.
Okay, my darling. So keep on being bold. Thank you so much. All right, so this brings us to the end of our lesson for today. Thank you, Floyd, for reading for me really good. And thank you, Denise, for participating just now. All right. So this brings us to the end of our lesson for today. See you next week. Remember your PEP exam ability test for the persons in grade 6 coming up in March. I think it's about March 25th. And if you want to be a part for Saturday class, which is every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., we do mathematics. We focus on all the areas, right? But presently we're spending a lot of time preparing for the ability test. All right, so if you want to be a part of our class, the contact information is on the screen here below. All right, so you can go ahead and take that information down and you can contact me and I will have you enrolled in the class. All right, remember that this class is a paid class and it is 3,500 for the class. All right. And remember the video is on YouTube as well. So you can go back to YouTube, go on over to our YouTube channel, Mathematics Resource Center. Remember to like, remember to subscribe, remember to share. And you can watch the video again, see what you did to understand, get that explanation again, and make sure that you practice, practice, practice. You can only become an A student in mathematics if you practice, practice, practice. All right. So I'm happy to have you all. Remember to share with your other classmates. Let them know that we have class every Wednesday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Have a great evening. I'm going to allow you all to unmute now. And you can tell me bye. All right,
Bye,
so have a
Miss.
great evening.
Bye,
Bye,
Miss.
Darius.
Bye,
Bye, miss.
Bye,
Miss.
darlings. Bye, Floyd.
Bye, Miss.
Bye,
Bye,
bye.
miss.
Have a good evening.
Bye. Bye, bye.
Bye, miss.
Bye, darlings.
Bye.
Bye, miss.
Bye, miss.
Bye, darlings.
Bye, miss.
Go.
Bye, miss. Bye, miss.
Bye, Miss.
All right, have a great evening.
Bye, Miss.
Bye,
Bye.
Miss. Bye,
Bye, my
bye,
Bye,
darling.
Miss.
Miss.
Bye, Miss.
All right, have a great
Bye.
evening, all.
Thank you, Miss. Thank you.